Welcome back to the Sports Source. This segment brought to you by Madisonville Marine. For years and years and years, folks, I've been telling you there's no better place to buy a boat, and people all over East Tennessee, Western North Carolina, North Georgia, Middle Tennessee, they all go to Madisonville Marine. Madmarine.com is where you can learn more, but get down to Highway 411 North in Madisonville this week. Get ready for next boating season. Madisonville Marine. All right. Want to introduce the last member. I thought I had you. When you put the show together at 4:15 in the morning, you sometimes look at it and you think, okay, Chuck's in segment 3, and then you go back at the end. It's like, no, Chuck's not until 5, so I apologize. But you're going to get plenty of work here in the back half, Chuck.
I'm happy either way. You know that.
So Chuck Cavalaris back here with us. Appreciate you. And let me put up the poll very quickly, if we can. There we go. Let's see what we're standing at. Wow, we got a tie. 43% of you say 9-3, 43% of you say 8-4, 10% say 10-2, only 4% say 11-1. Sterling, thanks for voting. But folks, go ahead and keep playing it. Let's break that tie. I want to have a definite winner there. All right, and let's go over to Josh Ward, who does scoreboard watching for us. Josh, your scoreboard watching, your standings board watching as well.
Yeah, and I think the poll results make sense right now. Let's take a look at where things are in the East with scores from yesterday. So teams in the East, Georgia was tested at Auburn, but got out of there, went to Brock Bowers. Pretty good move in the fourth quarter to win the game. Kentucky ran it up, literally. Ray Davis, 280 yards against Florida. A result, I think, that frustrated Tennessee fans. But my takeaway from yesterday and really the first month of the season is games on the road are tough. That was the case for Tennessee in the Swamp. Not the case when Tennessee was at home against South Carolina. Missouri did win at Vanderbilt. A lot of people are going to win at Vanderbilt. So let's look at the East standings. Vanderbilt and South Carolina, I think, are out. They're not going to win the East. Tennessee and Florida tied 1-1. Florida has a tough road ahead. They have to go on the road several times, still have to play Georgia, neutral site. The unbeaten teams, Georgia's 2-0. Georgia's the favorite. Georgia has one road game before coming to Knoxville. It's going to be at Vanderbilt. So Georgia has a good chance to be unbeaten when Tennessee hosts the Bulldogs. But Georgia's beatable. Georgia still has a few things to figure out. Kentucky 2-0. Tennessee has to go to Kentucky the week after playing at Alabama. That's going to be a tough game for Tennessee. But is Kentucky contending to win the East? Still a little early to say that. Missouri's 1-0. It's a win against Vanderbilt. Missouri has to show me more. So right now, I think it's Georgia versus Tennessee, John, for the East. Tennessee has work to do. Tennessee has to go on the road for a few games. They're going to be really tough coming up. But they're still in a position, the Vols are, to make a run at the East.
Very good, Josh. And I saw what you did there. Missouri has to show me something.
We got that.
Yeah,
you get it?
Very good. Yeah, it was good. Show me. All right. Thank you, Josh. All right, Chuck, you have set the line. And here's the thing, just for everybody who's wondering, and this goes for the people playing at home with our home game as well. Because we have a different crew in for the open date, I want to bring in different people to talk about the season, give you a little different perspective next week. We don't have the whole group in here, so we have to pick 1 week of the year, the open day week, 2 weeks out, which makes it tough on you to set the line 2 weeks out, not knowing what Texas A&M is going to do next week. But what types of things do you consider when you're looking at Texas A&M and Tennessee? And we can go ahead and put up the first graphic.
Well, I think Texas A&M's really turned their season around after that, disappointing loss at Miami. I look at their past two. They've won back-to-back SEC divisional games, and it's by an average score of 31-16. We'll really know a lot more after this coming up Saturday when Texas A&M has Alabama at home, and that would be a huge test before facing Tennessee.
And what do you got for the Vols? What were you thinking of?
Well, I'm looking at Tennessee, baby. It's home sweet home. Get Sterling Hinton to start singing Rocky Top. Josh Heupel.
Just not the slowed down version,
not the
please.
slowed down version. Josh Heupel's teams have now won 12 in a row at home. You cannot discount that when setting a line, and 6 of those have been against SEC teams.
The last team to beat Tennessee and Knoxville was Georgia in 2021. It has truly become a nightmare at Neyland. I meant to show these last week, and I forgot. That's the name of the light show presented by Bandit Lights. It's amazing when you've got a company that is internationally known that can help out with your your in-game, pre-game presentation the way Bandit Lights does over there. But the Nightmare at Neyland, man, it works. I mean, you had Spencer Rattler saying, well, it was their Super Bowl. Yes, it was. Every night game over there is turning into their Super Bowl. Chuck, thank you. You're going to be back with the
Yes, sir.
Actually, we're going to have you back very quickly. Okay. But I know you're going to do the line a little bit later. Come on back on the Sports Source, and what we're going to do is we're going to talk about that East race that Josh threw out there. Is Tennessee's offense good enough to win the SEC East? Come on back on the Sports Source.